Welcome to Absurditee. This is the podcast where we talk about current events and just random You never know what's going to come out of our mouths. I hope you enjoy. Let's have fun, boys. Absurditee.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. Shut up.
Good morning and welcome to the show. Did you know that you are more likely to get a computer virus from visiting religious sites than porn sites? So, keep up the porn, guys. I don't know. Do your thing. Well, good morning, buddy. What's up, man?
That's actually a fact that I did not think you're going to hit me with. You said a random fact, and I was thinking of probably something food based. And I was thinking you're going to be like, you're more likely to die from a vending machine than a shark. That's an actual statistic. That's a real.
Oh, look at that! Two facts, right?
You are more likely to die from being hit with a vending machine than you are from a shark.
Oh well, that's a weird. You wouldn't think.
I want to look this up right now because I want to see what the annual.
You would not think that. Yeah, you would not think. A vending. How do you get hit by a vending machine?
They fall.
How?
You shake them.
Well, then that's your own dumb mistake.
Yeah. Vending machines kill on average 37 people a year.
Holy crap!
Vending machines kill four times as many people per year as sharks.
Wow.
Oh no!
4 times as many?
I'm sorry, not 37 people a year. It's a 2.18 deaths a year, but there was 37 deaths between the years of 1978 and 1995. But
that's still a lot from a vending machine, man.
You're 4 times more likely to die from a vending machine than a shark. So stop shaming the vending machines and start swimming in the ocean.
I mean, what kind of crazy person you got to be to shake a vending machine?
That hard to the point that it falls?
That hard, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That hard.
Actually,
I get a little shake, try to get your thing loose. I got stuck, but to shake it that hard where it falls on you and kills you.
Because they're all from vending machines falling on people, but what most likely is that people installing vending machines and have them on a dolly or something, and then oh no, and then they die.
That seems more logical.
You think at that statistic you'd be like, let's find a better system to do vending machines.
You would think.
Well, I mean, you could probably imagine anything that size. I almost had a freezer follow me the other day. A 9-foot freezer. We were installing a freezer at work, and we had to get it off of the pallet that it was screwed onto, and then get tires screwed on it. So we had to gently put it down. Well, my boss was the one having his foot at the bottom to make sure that it doesn't hit the ground, and I was the one that had to drop it down. And I have a bruise all the way down my shoulder, on my arm, and then I cut up in my hand. My leg hurts. Now I got a boo-boo on my finger because I got a cardboard box cut me. And you know what? This is what hurts the most is this cardboard cut on my finger. Because every time I wash my hands.
Listen, I almost got bit by a black widow this week. So
I don't like spiders, so that's a big thing for me.
So I mean, I know the webbing because I was an exterminator, so I know the webbing of a black widow. I'm going to an air machine and I see the webbing inside the hole. And so it's been winter. So usually spiders aren't out in the winter. So I just grabbed something and I cleaned up all the thing. And I was like, just to be careful, I put the key in, and my key is on a leash. It's got a little thing.
Lanyard?
And kind of, yeah. It's like a string that I just tied all the keys onto.
I got you.
And so I turned the key and then I grabbed the end of the leash and I just pulled it out that way. A freaking 1-inch long black widow. It's on where I would have normally put my thumb to grab it and pull it out.
That ain't it, Chief. No.
And immediately I was just oh my God. My whole body vibrated. I was just oh, I don't like that at all.
Did I tell you my Marine Corps black recluse story?
Black recluse?
No, brown recluse. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was that's a whole new species of spiders I never heard of.
There is a species of spiders I didn't hear of, but I'll get into that after my story of the brown recluse. When I was in combat training, you would go and you'd have to take turns using the porta-john because there was a lot of us and not many of those. So when it was my turn to go up, I'm like, oh, I really use the bathroom. So, sit down, drop trowels and everything. I look up and there was just a brown recluse sitting in the top corner. And in my mind, I'm just like, don't you jump down. Don't you jump down. And it jumped down and landed on my inner thigh. I smack my nuts. I stand up. I run out with my pants still down. Drill is not my drill instructor, but my staff sergeant's just like, what the f are you doing, Cavalier? I'm just like, a brown recluse almost bit my dick. He immediately was just like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. He's like, all right, pull your pants up.
Did you know I've been bitten by a brown recluse?
Was it fun?
No. Okay, so it's weird. Like, first of all, never Google a brown recluse bite because they're typically not actually brown recluse bites.
They're also always exaggerated because it's like the worst of the worst are the ones that are documented. Yeah.
So what mine was, it was like it was right above my elbow.
Ooh, and right in the meat crevice.
Yeah, and the meat crevice. Yeah, I guess that's the term
title of the show right there.
The meat crevice. Okay, that's it right there. That's what I'm putting. You might have to remind me of that. I might forget.
I'll remember.
But I thought it was like an ingrown hair because it's kind of what it kind of just looked like an ingrown hair.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kept squeezing at it. Like I took like tweezers and like opened it up and like tried to pull the hair out. I couldn't find a hair.
Yeah.
About 7 days in, like it kept gradually getting bigger and bigger on my arm, like redness and soreness. Like I literally could not touch that part of my arm without being in excruciating pain.
Oh.
And this was back when I was an exterminator. So they had me driving a smart car.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not fun. But I remember I was reaching for something on the dash, and this was 7 days after I got bit. And the volcano that was on my freaking arm erupted because the muscle tensed up and I guess just pushed everything up.
Oh yeah, when you moved your arm, like applied enough pressure at the right position.
When I straightened it is when the muscle tensed up and just pushed everything up.
Oh yeah.
And it just started like
oozing,
pouring down my arm.
Oh.
So I pull over to the first gas station I can find, and I'm in the bathroom just like squeezing it and like rinsing it off, like trying to get it all, like everything out. Well, it would not stop. Like it just kept coming. And so finally I just bought like some bandages at the gas station. I paid a good $9 for 3 bandages. It was great. And so I put it on and I called my boss. I was like, hey man, that thing on my arm like erupted. So he said, hurry up and get back here. I want to squeeze that thing. So I was like, all right, fair. Let's do it. I get back and he literally like puts his palms on either side of my arm and just like pushes as hard as he can. And the hole was probably about less than a centimeter wide. I mean, it was like literally like the size of a pimple.
Yeah.
And what came out of it was like the size of a golf ball. And I felt all that pressure just like come out of my arm super fast. And then it just started like blood just started pouring down my arm. And I got super lightheaded. And then he goes, I'm going to do it one more time, see if we can get the rest out. When he does that, literally a stream of blood goes flying out of my arm.
That's disgusting.
And it just, I mean, and I had one of my other bosses was in there. He passed away, but that's a whole other story.
Save that for later, John.
And he was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick. And so the boss is squeezing it. He's like, here's your copay, like hands me cash. He's like, go to the freaking doctor right now. So I go there and they're like, well, you have 2 options. Well, first of all, they said, oh man, you guys squeezed it. I was hoping you would wait till you got here. We love that stuff. Okay, freak.
There's people like that, yeah. Hence the
and she said, well, you have 2 options. We can pack it and you can come back every other day for the next 14 days and we'll repack it. I said, well, is there a copay for each visit? She said, yes. And I said, well, screw that. What's my option 2? I'm not paying $25 every single time for seven times over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she said, well, we're going to have to put in, and we're going to have to numb it up and squeeze everything we can out of it. I said, okay, on it. I'm thinking like up on my upper arm, shot, numb my whole arm. Let's go. No, 7 injection sites around the wound, like directly on it. I thought I was going to hit a woman. I've never felt the urge to hit a woman before. Until that day. Like I thought about reaching back and just smacking her. They squeezed 9 blood clots out of it.
Oh my God.
She was like, I don't know how you're still walking. You have 9 blood clots in one area of your body. She's like, I don't know how you have feeling in your hand. I don't know how anything. I was like, well, right now I don't have feeling in my hand.
Yeah, thanks to you.
And so this guy comes in and he's like, hey, we need to give you an antibiotic shot. Fair enough. And he goes, you're going to have to pull your pants down. We're going to have to give it to you in your butt.
Oh, not the butt shot. Oh, that's
the butt shot.
Yeah. Was it
and he goes,
was it antibiotic shot?
Yeah.
It was like a penicillin shot, but okay.
He goes, what side do you want it on? I said, well, the right side's already effed up. Let's go ahead and do the left side. Let's even it out. And I thought I was going to be funny. He did not find it funny. He injects me and I turned around and said, are you in yet? He did not find that funny.
Oh, come on.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I thought it was. I know. And then like the next day I woke up and I called my boss. I was like, I can't come in today, man. Like I am so lightheaded and I feel so sick because I lost a lot of blood doing that. And he was like, it's fine. Stay home, get some rest, get to feeling better. Because I drove a lot for that job.
Mhm.
So being behind the wheel and being lightheaded, not a good combo.
Not a good combo whatsoever.
So yeah, that was a fun little brown recluse bite story.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the species of spider that I found that was on a post, but I can't remember the name of the species of the spider now. I think it's something like a demon spider, and it looks disgusting. Like it has like
A demon spider.
let's see, can I
Don't they all kind of look demonic?
see that?
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, I know what they're called. Yeah, I've seen those before.
They're like,
not in person. But
they're almost harmless to people, but I mean, look at them. I mean,
I'd much rather look at that than your face.
wow, that's a tree. I think that. Oh, they're orb spiders.
Looks like a thorn.
That's I think it's called like a tree stump orb spider or something like that. I think this one's like a demon orb spider.
A demon. Yeah, I believe it. Those are some crazy horns on that thing.
Oh yeah, and then you have this yellow guy. So the reason I have all these on my phone is because
Is that a cricket? Is that a cricket or a spider cricket?
no, I mean it's straight up just an orb spider. But there's so many
That thing
varieties
looks terrifying.
Oh yeah. But what's the reason I have these photos is because my mom hates spiders, as do I. So,
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to wake her up in the morning by sending those to her. No context, just like 3 images of spiders. I just want her to be like, I hate you, but I haven't done it yet because I got tired.
You need to.
I need to.
She would love it.
I'll probably do it during the weekend. Absolutely. So so if you guys have been watching our Instagram, then you'll know that I got new internet. And
Hallelujah.
yeah, it's amazing. Like editor, which is
I might
put in,
actually
like, little grunt
have your
noises.
files an hour after we're done.
yeah. I mean, it'll be way less than an hour. It'll be like it should be within like 15 minutes.
Oh, it'll be so nice. I don't have to wait till tomorrow to start working on it.
The only thing about it is that the internet, even I only get 2 bars of internet right now, but even the 2 bars is like this. It's great. It's like 8 to 9 megabyte download, 2 to 3 megabyte upload. Not horrible, but it doesn't have antennas on it, but it has room for 2 antennas. So I'm like, okay, I should get antennas and see if I can strengthen the signal. So I went on Amazon and I'm just going through everything, and there's so many options for antennas. I'm just like, I don't know what kind of antenna I want to get. So I asked the internet, and the internet said, this is the best antenna to put on this specific modem, like this specific name brand modem. So I'm like, okay, I will order it. And I look at Amazon and I look at the picture and the description. I'm like, okay. It's an outdoor antenna. It comes with a mount and everything. I'm like, okay, it has the connector I need. I'll order it. I think it was like $39.99 Amazon Prime. And I'm like, okay, awesome. I got it. And then I see the box. I see this box. I'm like, that's really big for the.
Pretty big, yeah.
That's pretty big for the antenna that on the image looks like my hand. And then I'm like, all right, well, what does the antenna look like? And this is what the antenna looks like. Yeah, this.
Like a traffic cone? Like a white traffic cone?
Exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, I ordered a traffic cone, and first off, it's an outdoor antenna. This is the length of the cable. I paid $40 for this. I can't put this anywhere. It can go outside my window. My modem sits in my window. It can go outside the window. That is it.
Hey, it's outside though, isn't it?
It's 1 foot away from where the modem is. That thing better be this. That thing better get signals from like the International Space Station. Like that thing better be an amazing antenna for $40 and like not even a foot cable. I'm a little upset about it. The funniest part is I didn't even look at the length of the cable until right before we started. I saw the size of the antenna. I thought the size of the antenna is funny. And then right before we hit record, I looked at the cable. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I was a little bit livid. I'm like,
that's funny.
I can't do anything with this because me and Dad were talking about it. And I was telling him like, hey, I ordered this antenna because, because since he's my neighbor, he basically, we split the internet. And since I got new internet, he's going to take one half of the internet and internet bill. He's not going to take one. Well, he is basically going to take one half of the internet. He streams TV all the time, which thankfully this internet can handle multiple people streaming. Most internet around here can't. So I am thankful for that. I had weird internet issues last night. I don't know what that was about, but that's a different thing. But yeah, I'm a little upset about this antenna. I also ordered before I ordered the antenna, I had ordered a Wi-Fi adapter for my PC. And I'm like, okay, without thinking, with me being a computer nerd, you'd be like, oh yeah, he knows the specs of his computer. He knows like what he can put in, what he can't put in. Well, you see, this is what goes into the computer. This part right here plugs into the motherboard. This also plugs into the motherboard, but this plugs into the Bluetooth. This plugs in directly for the Wi-Fi on the motherboard. There's no room for this. You can't put this in. There's not a space for this on my motherboard. And to get a space for this to go in on a motherboard, I have to get a new motherboard, which means I have to find a motherboard that has the right specs for the processor. So I'm really thinking about just getting a new processor, which we already talked about, and a new motherboard. But at the same time, I'm using an Ethernet cable right now. So it's hooked directly, so there should be like almost no latency.
I'm also using an Ethernet cable that is strung across my entire house because my modem is super far away from my computer.
I thought my modem was going to be on the other side of the house, so I ordered like a 25-foot Ethernet cable, and then I realized that the best connection is literally right next to where my computer is. I'm like, oh, come on. I spent like $30 unnecessary dollars.
I ordered a 75-foot Ethernet cable because from my computer to my modem is about 30 feet.
Okay.
So I needed more than 50, but the next step up is 75. Yeah. So I have an extra 22 feet of cable I don't need.
Yeah, I was trying to find Ethernet cables on Amazon. I kept on finding like 250-foot giant rolls of Ethernet cable. I'm like, I don't think I need that. I live in a single wide trailer. I think I'm good. You can get me with a 25-foot. I don't think this trailer is 20. Oh, this trailer is definitely 25 feet long. What am I saying?
I think it's 28.
I'm exaggerating. Well, it should be exactly 28. Yeah, it probably is. Honestly, I don't know the exact specs.
I'm pretty sure that's what our father said.
Our father.
Speaking of our father,
go on.
Not the Lord, but our dad.
My son.
I messaged you this, but he called me and said he liked our last week's episode, and I was like, "What? Listen to that! Yeah. We're getting compliments from our dad. We're reaching out to the middle age or mid-50s, early mid-50s demographic. Cool."
Yeah, I mean, and also we have, my buddy and our biggest fan, Robert. He
always.
He makes sure he tells me every single week that he's proud of me because of the episode. He's like, great episode. I'm proud of you. I'm like, thanks, Dad. I appreciate it.
He's your dad. He's not my dad. He's your dad.
Yeah. We got to get him that T-shirt. One of them.
Oh, we'll get him a T-shirt for sure. He deserves it. He earned it. He's earned it.
I'm glad that you cut me off what I was about to say, but he's going to pay for it, though.
Oh, no.
And you're like, he earned it. I'm like, okay.
He's paid for it in comments and views and listens.
I will say I have been pleased with the responses we've been getting everywhere. Because our Instagram has been doing decently well. We get a couple.
It's been doing better, yeah.
We've been getting a couple followers a day. I slacked off on my post yesterday because yesterday was a tough day for me, and I didn't make an Instagram post when I said I was going to make one every single day. I lasted for 3 days until I finally didn't do one.
I got super lazy yesterday. I didn't do anything for social media.
Did you see my Twitter post?
No. Oh yes, yeah, I did. Yeah,
I blame my dance moves on Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
But see, unfortunately, we have no followers on Twitter, so it doesn't get the traction it needs.
No, because I would.
It would have been funny if Tobey Maguire would have commented on that because you did tag him in it.
I tagged him, yeah. Because I was thinking of Spider-Man when he's dancing in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's basically how I dance now. That's everything.
What's weird is when I first read that, I didn't when I read Tobey Maguire, but I didn't
picture who it was.
In my head was Toby Keith.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, all right. But then I read it again. Later on, I saw it again for some reason again, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's funny.
Speaking of social media, I decided to go on Reddit and post on the r/roast me because I've seen a lot of those posts, and these people can be savages, but they're hilarious. So I thought I'd give it a try.
I want to stop you for a second because I also was going to do this for fun, and I followed all the rules of what you need to post, and I get a denial from it saying that I needed to show my hand and arm. That is not in the rules.
No, that wasn't
what they have.
I literally screenshotted and sent you the rules. So yeah.
And then I read the rules, and they said, oh, hold on, I will actually look it up right now exactly what they sent to me.
Because I think the only thing specific in that aspect was the show the paper of a handwritten paper of you writing down r/roast me.
Your submission does not make your hand and or your arm sufficiently visible. Please resubmit your roast from another angle with the same sign. First of all, if that's not in your rules, I'm not following. Don't deny me because you didn't put that in your rules, and then all of a sudden you're going to make that a rule.
I know where it came from though, because the way they got you on that is all photos must contain a handwritten sign held by the roastee. I guarantee you they're like, well, we can't see your hand and arm, so we can't guarantee you're holding it.
Who else would I have hold it? Do I have some little midget underneath me holding it up?
Why do you need it in your why do you need to be holding it? Why can't it just be in the photo? Why do I have
and if that's the case, make that a rule in the rules.
Yeah, don't be like, this is the rule, but there was a lot of sub things that can go into this.
I almost commented on that, replied to that, and be like, then make that your rule.
Yeah, but
don't make it some hidden rule. But yes, you posted one.
I did, and mine got accepted. Which is funny.
Yours got accepted.
Which is funny because all the letters was backwards if you couldn't tell by the photo. No, wait, I think I used a new photo.
No, it was right.
Yeah, I made a new photo because the other one. So the other ones, for some reason, they didn't get denied, but they also didn't get accepted. They just disappeared without any kind of regulation. So I posted a third time because I'd already made 2 previous ones that just disappeared, and that one got accepted almost immediately. And these people have been great. I love them.
I have it pulled up. The comments.
I'll let you go through because I still haven't seen all of them. So I think I've seen a lot of the really good ones, but I want to see if you can find a better one, something that can really get me going.
First of all, we have Call of Duty Modern Sex Offender.
I like it. Okay.
When speaking into your dad's is considered doing a podcast.
Okay. Ow.
Guys, he is a Marine vet. since Marines never die or give up, obviously, I mean, look at him. He means a marine wildlife veterinarian. No way the Corps accepts a half-baked hipster like him. Hell, even the Navy would call him too fruity. And then a comment or applied to that comment is, even cats call him a pussy.
Damn.
Now, this one got dark, but it says, I was hoping you'd come home in a pine box with a flag draped over it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I would say I know one guy said shitting Tatum, and then one guy said Marine Corps and also doing a podcast. Two things that Scream didn't do well in school. I was like, oh, my heart.
Got kicked out the first week of basic training and tells everyone how hard it was. tells us all about cleaning everyone's guns while you dodge fighting. Semper Bi.
Oh yeah, going off of that one, someone posted a "We didn't ask, you shouldn't tell." That's a good one.
You going for a record on how many stupid photos you can post to this sub before you get banned?
It's probably someone that saw the other two posts before they went down. I'm going to respond to this one. It's how many times did you retake this photo to get the perfect casual hair swoop? First off, you get your shit straight. This is natural. I wake up gorgeous. You remember that.
Walking into the recruiter station and being laughed out doesn't count as being a vet.
I saw that one. That one I'm like, eh.
That's a right arm that spent a lot of time up a dolphin's backside.
Yeah. When you swim by a whale, they cover their blowhole. Like that one.
Let's see. Sky is blue, water is wet. A middle-aged guy, white guy hosting a podcast. Yep, all seems right in the world.
Yeah.
First of all, you're 23. You're not middle-aged.
Yeah, I saw that. That was the first one I saw, and I'm just like, I'm in my early 20s.
Father was absent, wonders if he is gay. One day we'll discover he is not, but we'll take a few dick sucks to discover.
It's called college. Thank you.
Let's see. You really need to promote your podcast so hard you post yourself 2 days in a row. Try having something interesting to talk about or being funny or having a personality instead. Semper f*** yourself.
It's because the first one didn't get accepted.
Those were the best one. Those are the best ones of it. The other ones were kind of stupid, but like people were trying way too hard. But that last one got me pretty good.
Here, someday you'll grow a real beard, but sadly you'll never grow a real soul. Because I got the red beard. I'm sorry. The masculine lesbian fan of Ava Max, circa 2011. Which is funny because I actually like Ava Max.
I don't even know who that is.
I'll show you after. Has touched over 10 dicks to completion.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. I had fun with this. This was actually enjoyable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was.
I can't. So I think the next one should be you, and we should get you accepted in the next one.
I'll try. I still have the sign. I never threw it away or anything.
I do
so.
too. It's behind my desk somewhere.
I wrote it on a notepad. So
actually, I found yet another bored white guy that thinks people want to hear his opinion.
Like I wrote mine on a notepad with a pink pen. Like it's got pink ink. So that should probably. I'm literally trying to give them ammunition.
Yeah, I was sad that my first one that had me holding the sign, but since I took it with my phone camera, it didn't invert the photo to have it going the
That's
proper
weird.
way.
That's weird. Mine does.
Yeah, I don't know, like just using a regular, like just a regular phone camera, not like Snapchat or anything.
Yeah. Mine automatically like switches it.
Yeah, all of mine are backwards when I actually send it to people. So when I took the picture, I'm like, oh, okay, and I sent it, and then I realized I was like, everything's backwards. Oh no.
You know you can like edit the photo and mirror, like flip it around.
But I'd already posted it. So I was
yeah.
I couldn't do anything after that. Yeah, thank you, Reddit. I appreciate it. And I appreciate what you do with GameStop too, because that was interesting if you haven't heard.
Oh yeah. I saw that. Like I didn't read too much into it. Like I've heard about it, but I mean, I saw a thing that was like when Reddit makes GameStop a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah. So If I might get this a little bit wrong, I'll probably get hate on Reddit for it because Redditors are the one that did this. But basically, there was a lot of talk about like investors being like, "Oh, it's a free market; you can do whatever you want." So there was a open thread in Reddit saying, "Hey, invest in GameStop," and people in Reddit started investing in GameStop, and then investors in hedge funds saw that and also invested in. I don't know if they invested or if they sold on GameStop, but apparently hedge funds that had stock in GameStop lost like $3.9 trillion. And people were just like, we lost our livelihoods all because of you. And like the stock like that got closed down. Like Robinhood was the one being targeted because Robinhood made it so that like regular investors could not buy it was like GameStop, Blockbuster, I think like maybe Radio Shack, like a lot of like basically dead things, like things and places people don't go to, and like Robinhood stopped letting people do that. They shut it down. They're just like, you cannot buy it. So they literally stopped people from investing in a free market because rich people said, hey, they're playing the game the way they're supposed to, and we're losing money because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fun. I literally saw another meme that it was literally a picture of Blockbuster and it said, Reddit, do your thing.
They did. And they did.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it would be crazy to see Blockbuster come back because of Reddit.
Elon's in it now. And Elon, so I recently started following Elon Musk on Twitter. By the way, we follow Elon Musk on Twitter on our official one now too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I always thought that he
at Absurditee 69.
That's true. I always thought that
I gotta plug it, man. We got like 6 followers on that thing. We gotta get some more.
We really do. But every time I saw a meme of an Elon Musk tweet, I always thought it was like a fake one. Like people just like it's a white background, so you can put like a white paint over it and put your own text. No, he writes this shit. If you didn't know, he had a new car come out, and then the first comment he puts is, "It can play Cyberpunk." I'm like, Elon, I love you. Like
the good Cyberpunk, or like what everyone's complaining about.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, did you see that Sony took it off of the PlayStation Network?
Oh yeah. It was taken down in a lot of places, it was mostly for console because PC doesn't have nearly as many issues as console had.
Well, I think Xbox still has theirs up. It was just PlayStation.
Xbox doesn't care though.
They do.
Well,
they care.
Well, it's because Xbox, Microsoft, PC.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of correlation.
Yeah, PlayStation just like pulled it. They're like, sorry, you suck.
The way I feel about PlayStation, Xbox is the way most people feel about iPhone and Android. It's like most people aren't okay with both. Most people definitely choose a side. I've definitely chosen Xbox. I feel like PlayStation is just like the video game version of iPhones, and I don't like iPhones, which is funny because
listen, hold on. I have an iPhone,
and I don't like iPhones. I've talked about this. I don't like iPhones.
But I also have an Xbox. I don't have a PlayStation. I don't like PlayStation.
I also don't like. So another post that Elon made.
But don't you talk crap on my iPhone. I love my iPhone. I'll talk crap on your iPhone because this might be the one argument. This might be the first time we're going to argue on this podcast.
I think Apple sucks.
No. iPhone. Okay.
The iPhone does not
Galaxy,
suck.
Samsung. No, iPhone does not suck. You're right.
But Apple sucks.
Samsung, Android, there's a lot more stuff you can do, but iPhone is ease of use.
I feel like Samsung's for the nerd who's actually not a nerd, but like a geek who's actually a geek and like wants to like go in and customize things. And iPhone's for the geek, not the geek, but like the popular kid that wants to pretend that they're geeky. They're like, oh yeah, I got the new iPhone. And then Samsung, it's just like, I got a Samsung and now I can go fishing on my phone when the screen's locked.
Yeah, like I have a Samsung as well. It's my work phone. I hate it so much. Nothing ever works. The thing's always crashing. It's annoying. I hate it. I try to do one thing and it's like, it's just like everything closes. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Well, that was fun.
I'll say my phone has updates constantly. and everything else.
See, mine doesn't. Mine gets an update like maybe once every other month.
I'm still,
and it runs smooth. I've never had problems with the only problem I have with my phone is for some reason it started doing its own little zoom, not like a Zoom call, but like it magnifies the screen where I can't like do anything on it. So I had to find whenever I finally got it. I had to like hard reset my phone, bring it back up and go back to normal. And then I had to Google how to get out of that zoom without having to turn off my phone. And so now that I figured that out, I'm having no problem. But every now and then it just like zooms like 300% and I can only see like one small square of what my actual screen's supposed to look like.
I've never had issues with my phone. I think there's the Galaxy S10 and I've never really had any issues with it. I will say that the newer these phones get, they're so much easier to break if you don't have like an expensive case.
Oh yeah.
I've had to get this phone repaired before, and I've dropped.
This case I have on my iPhone was like $10.
I mean, this one's about the same, and this is enough to protect it. Like it's nice, but as you can
basically we have the same screen or the same protector. Like it's
much,
really
yeah.
not much different.
I just have the little pop thing on the back. But if you can tell, I've dropped mine a few times.
Like I literally put this on the day I got my phone. And it is like still in like pristine condition.
That's much better than when you look at the back of my phone and you're just like, oh my God, why did you abuse it? But you look at the front of my phone and like, it's fine. I mean, it's dirty because I use my phone like a dramatic white 14-year-old girl, but oh well. I like my phone. Yeah. It's ironic because I never respond to people, but I'm always on my phone. Well,
I'm drinking some V8 Splash.
Nice. I'm glad that you said it as I asked. I'm like, what are you drinking?
I know. I knew you were gonna ask. So, okay, so let's get into some news stories. This one comes from Illinois. It's called, well, not called. The headline is Tiger undergoes rare hip replacement at take two. Tiger undergoes rare hip replacement surgery at Illinois Zoo. Whew, got that one out.
Why is there?
All right, so a 10-year-old Amur tiger with arthritis underwent hip replacement surgery at a zoo outside Chicago on Wednesday, and her surgical team is confident the procedure will add years to her life. Veterinarians at Brookfield Zoo noted that, like humans, animals routinely develop degenerative problems in their joints as they age. When the tiger, Melina, arrived at the zoo last year, she had already been diagnosed with arthritis of the hip and was receiving pain relief medications. A 6.5-hour surgery. 6.5-hour surgery to replace
a tiger. Yeah.
On a tiger. But it was successful, and the tiger seemed to have full range of motion in her hip after the procedure. So Melina is good and ready to start pouncing on people.
I want to see what the life expectancy. Oh, okay. Okay. So the life expectancy of a tiger is 14 to 16 years.
Okay. So and this is a 10-year-old tiger. So she had
like
at least 4 years. She had 4 to 6 years left on her life. That's good that they extended it.
I was saying because the first thing I thought of was like, I can't imagine giving that to a 10-year-old. My second thought was like, I have arthritis of the hip too. You're not special. Calm down.
I know. I was before I found out it was a female. I was going to say they should have named this thing Jake. But I like tigers. Tigers are like they're cool. They're cool looking creatures.
Imagine being an alpha predator and then having arthritis of your hip.
Yeah, no, like I can't do it. It hurts to run.
It's too cold.
Like he must have, or she must have hated winter. She's like, oh man, I can't move today.
Just tells all the cubs to be like, back in my day,
I used to walk uphill both ways to get an antelope. Oh wait, they don't eat antelope because they're in the jungle. Wild boars, maybe? Probably wild boars. I'll say wild boar.
Are there no tigers in not grassland-esque area, like shrubland?
I don't know. Yeah. Is there an African tiger?
Yes.
Is there?
Yeah. African tigers.
I know there's
lions.
Siberian. I know there's well, they say that the lions are the king of the jungle, but they're like in the desert, so I don't know.
That is true because like Lion King and like you don't see too much jungle in that movie.
I mean, you do when Simba. When Simba's hanging out with Timon and Pumbaa, he's in the jungle. I guess that is in Africa.
Yeah, that's the first thing when you're like, are there African tigers? I'm just like, Lion King. What do you mean?
There's no tiger in Lion King.
I know, but like I assume that like lions and tigers kind of live like side by side. Do they not?
No, I don't know.
I don't. We probably sound super ignorant right now.
You know what? I'm looking it up.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm doing the same.
Need to know.
Where do tigers live?
It's a frequently asked question. Tigers are known, as we know them, you see, have never lived in the wild in Africa. Lions, leopards, and tigers are all part of the Felidae family of cats, which originated in Africa and share a common ancestor. So tigers don't live in Africa.
Tigers live in rainforests, grasslands, savannas, and swamps.
Swamps? That was not something I was expecting to hear.
Mangrove swamps, yes. But they have lost 93%.
So it's like a jungle, kind of.
Yeah.
I know they're like in Asia. I know there's Asian tigers.
They squint a lot, yes. They're Asian tigers. I said it. It's staying in.
I make no comment on that. So yeah, they don't live in Africa. I kind of already knew that, but I guess we had to educate you.
I'm double checking this.
You're double checking? I mean, I just looked it up. It said they do not live in Africa.
It does say tigers, as we know them, you see, have never lived in the wild.
That's literally the same thing I just read.
You know what? They do live in Africa, but they're in zoos.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. There are African zoos that have tigers.
Do you know this for a fact?
No, but I'm saying it. Wait. You know what? Here.
You know what? We should probably move on before we sound more stupid than we already do.
No,
we're just gonna roll with the stupidity. Okay, cool. I'm all right with it. I'm here for it.
It's called editing.
It's called editing. I'll edit mine out and just keep you looking stupid.
Lions and tigers used to coexist in India.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know there's Indian tigers. I mean, India is where Jungle Book was.
Tigers play in South Africa.
Play?
It's two tigers playing with each other in a South African zoo.
In a zoo. Okay, so there is. Okay, so yeah.
So I made my point of there are tigers in Africa, but they're in zoos.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if you heard this story from, it was like a while ago, but a guy had a conspiracy, or he plotted to kidnap the Michigan governor.
I heard about that, yes.
Okay, so the man pleads guilty in conspiracy to kidnap the Michigan governor. One of 6 men charged with an alleged plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer pleaded guilty Wednesday to conspiracy, admitting that the group discussed an incredible scheme to snatch her at her lakeside vacation home and destroy a bridge to slow down police. Let's unpack that for a second. First of all, was it his words that called it an incredible scheme?
Yeah,
like he's just trying to build it up. Like
that's the name of the scheme, the incredible scheme.
Like that's their plan. Like that's what's written on the whiteboard. Like the incredible scheme.
That's the only thing. It
just kind of branches off.
That's the only thing ran on the whiteboard.
And instead of using the word kidnap, they had to use the word snatch her up.
Yeah.
Like what a weird word to use for kidnapping. I mean, I know it is what you would use. And of course she has a lakeside vacation home. Why wouldn't she? Like
exactly.
And then they had a plan to destroy a bridge to slow down the police.
I want to know, like, so where was this? If they found this information in like a group text chat, then you can't take it seriously. If this is like written down like on paper somewhere, then it's serious because no one writes on paper anymore.
he told them, he cooperated with the FBI and told them their plan. So Ty Garbin's guilty plea is a major catch for prosecutors. Only about 4 months after arrests were made, his testimony could strengthen the government's case against the others and back up evidence collected by informants and undercover agents.
Man, what a coward.
Like, he was like, you know what? I'll help you out. Y'all caught me. I'll help you out.
You know what? I thought this was funny, and now it's getting serious.
No, in all reality, I think this is his way. Like, he's like, oh, they caught me, but now I'm going to brag about how smart I was.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what he's bragging.
Serial killers do when they get caught.
Yeah. Like, let me brag about what I did. When in all reality,
the plan we had, you almost didn't catch me.
Yeah. We were this close to not getting me, but you found me out. And you know what's the cockier people get, the more confident people get with stuff like that, the more arrogant they get. And therefore, that's how they get caught. Is he probably got arrogant and he wasn't like making sure, double checking that nothing was getting out.
He was getting upset that nobody knew about his amazing plan. It's like, someone's got to know about this.
Incredible plan. Oh, incredible scheme.
Yeah. Along that, they still haven't found Nancy Pelosi's laptop that got stolen during the Capitol raid.
You mean Pelosi?
Pelosi. I don't know her name. I don't care.
Nancy Pelosi for fact checkers out there.
I don't care. I don't. Nancy. They haven't found her laptop yet. It's still out there somewhere. The person that they thought had stolen it, they said they searched everywhere, and then they put in parentheses, they said car, home, work. And I was like, oh, everywhere. Yes, the three places that is everywhere. They were like, we checked everywhere. She doesn't have it. It's like, oh, really? You checked her Toyota Camry, her studio apartment, and then her office cubicle, and you're like, oh, we checked everywhere. She doesn't have it.
So someone stole it?
Yes, someone stole her laptop during the raid, and there was an entire criminal case because they were trying to arrest her, saying that she had stolen it, and that there's no actual proof that she stole it. Like they can't find it anywhere, so they know it's not in her possession. And they try.
I bet she's sweating. I bet she's sweating right now, hoping nobody releases any information off of that.
She was trying to say, I don't know where this is going or any evidence there is on this, but they were saying that she said that she never actually stole it, that she had an abusive, stalking ex-boyfriend, and that he got mad, so he reported her and said basically like, hey, she was involved with the raids, she stole the laptop. She was saying that guy was saying it.
If someone stole her laptop, she's probably sweating that someone might release some information off that laptop.
That's probably why they're investigating it so heavy.
Yeah.
I hope they find something on that laptop. I want more people to be exposed. Get the stupid people out of here. I
just want the truth out. Like I don't even care what the truth is. I just want the truth out.
You know what irritates me is there's so much truth out right now, and people don't care about it, or people do care about it. But there's so many things that it's so hard to keep your focus on one thing. Like if you ask anybody right now, I'd be like, "Hey, is the American government corrupt?" They'd all be like, "Oh yeah, horribly." And it's like, but then they'll get distracted by anything else within an hour, and they'll forget.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
why isn't that like? It's so weird that that's not like a major deal that's being fought every single minute. Because when you think about it, you're like, oh, our country's government is corrupt, stealing money from its people, and then like giving money to terrorist cells and to countries that are communist and things of that nature. And we're just like, yeah, I mean, it happens.
I mean, basically, we know what they want us to know.
And well, we know some things they don't want us to know, but the way that it went about us knowing, it's just like it kind of got played off as not a big deal, or it got played off as like, oh well, yeah, but that's normal. Like everyone, oh, you mean you don't give money to communists? Everyone does that nowadays. Like, what are you doing? Get with the times.
Yeah, I mean, I hate politics, and I hate anything that has to go with it because it's just like.
Is this even
massive headache?
Is this even politics anymore?
Like,
what counts as politics nowadays?
I don't follow like a lot of things because I just don't really need all that negativity in my life.
It is because you almost never hear of good politics. I can't remember the last time I heard something about politics, and I was like, oh, thank God! Like I'm so glad that happened. that hasn't been like someone
Right,
being
yeah.
arrested.
Right. I mean, it's just there's nothing. It's just nothing for me when it comes to politics at all.
Yeah, I mean, even the good things, like it's like a rose. Every good thing has a thorn in it. Like you can't have anything that's just nice. No one's
Right,
to be like, hey, by the way, like you're getting $2,000 and a puppy, no charge. Congratulations. So you're just like, hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you get $2,000, but we're going to kick your dog in front of you. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I want that money anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, that's freaking politics is just a headache.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know what's considered politics anymore because it's like, because you could be like, oh, hey, I want to support, Black Lives Matter riots, and it's like that's politics. And you can also be like, hey, by the way, the Epstein thing, like I don't want to talk about politics. Like, is that politics? He was a pedophile that got murdered in prison. I don't know if that counts as politics anymore.
But did he get murdered in prison? Do we know yet?
It's common knowledge that in the most maximum security prison, and the second that he died, there all of a sudden is no longer camera footage. That hasn't happened before. And he hung himself with bed sheets. And yet also during the autopsy, it shows like the way he had damage to his neck shows signs of having his neck snapped by another human being. Like it shows proof that somebody else did it instead of it being prison bed sheets hanging a fully grown man that easily.
I just wanted you to get onto that because I just like to play the devil's advocate sometimes.
The devil's proud of this one. Devil's looking at this and be like, how could you make this more obvious? That's what's caused so many conspiracy theories now. It's like conspiracy theories are like the number one thing for Americans right now because, I mean, because there's so many things that are open nowadays. Starting with, I don't want to say starting with that because I think it definitely started with like 9/11 and stuff like that, where people are just like, those steel beams. I don't know. But now when it's something like that, where it's something so big, and it's something that like they really made no effort to really cover up. You're just like, okay, well, if this happened and they're saying that's a lie and it's this obvious, what else are they lying about?
Right.
But enough about that stuff.
Enough about it.
Enough about murder and corruption. That stuff's boring. Let's get to the fun stuff. What's your next story?
Yeah, let's get to the more fun things. What else you got?
Let's get to the important stuff. Tell us more about puppies and kittens. I'm excited.
I have nothing about puppies.
I was waiting for you to be like, so next news story, a puppy drowns in a well. Like, oh no, I don't want to go.
A cat, in fact, does not have 9 lives. I found that out firsthand.
I kicked it 8 times. It didn't come up the 9th time.
We did a survey on social media, and it was like, would you rather give up TV or music?
Yep.
It was I chose that one because that is a very difficult decision.
Me personally, I know that I spend most of my nights watching YouTube to fall asleep, and then most of my day listening to music to stay awake.
Yeah. So I go to sleep watching TV, but I also listen to music a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard for me. I luckily didn't have to participate in the. That's disgusting.
It's funny.
I luckily didn't have to participate in the survey. I just asked you guys. But overwhelmingly, it was TV. 100%. There was no votes towards music at all.
Real, I didn't check on it after I saw like the original, like a couple of votes. Wow. No TV.
All the ones on Facebook that I posted were all TV. All the ones on Twitter were all TV. All the one on Instagram, all TV. Not a single vote for music.
I don't know if that's just the people that we attract, or if that's just like actually the public. It's just be like, I would never give up music.
I think music is just it feeds every part of your, like, any emotion you have.
You know what's funny? It feeds your TV because you can't have a TV show without a good theme song and good background music. Imagine watching Attack on Titan without music.
I've never seen it, so I can imagine it.
Imagine
nope, nothing.
I was yeah. Imagine Fast and Furious without any kind of music.
In all honesty, I don't even remember there being music in the movie.
I'm pretty sure like almost every clip, other than them like walking down the street, had like some kind of like really subtle music in the background.
I didn't pay attention to it if it did.
I mean, it's probably been a while since I've watched any Fast and Furious movie. It's been like
it's been a while.
3-4
I watched one not last year, but the year before when we went down to Dallas to watch a football game.
Was it one of the new ones?
I watched I don't know, it was on TV.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it was. I think it was one of the newer ones because it had The Rock in it. So
yeah, it's probably like 4 or 5. Yeah.
You think if I spam The Rock enough, he'll come on as a guest?
No, absolutely not.
I'm gonna try.
That'd be funny. I would love that.
That would be awesome. Him or Kevin Hart. Like if I spam either one of them enough, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna try to get him on here.
It's funny because if you didn't know, Kevin Hart just came out with a new comedy special on Netflix.
Yeah, I knew that.
Did you watch it?
No, I have not watched it. I only know that because on Instagram I follow the LOL network and like it has like everything. Like it's mainly him. It's on every single thing.
It was really good, and it also takes place inside his house.
Well, that makes sense. Like Kevin Hart's hilarious.
Yeah, and he does it literally inside of his house. Like he has an audience in his house.
That's weird.
But it goes into his act where he's sitting there. He's like, I don't feel comfortable anywhere other than my house right now. I don't like people. And then he goes into a rant of like why basically like his audience kind of screwed him over because of the whole like went back and looked at his tweets and then got him canceled. Well, tried to get him canceled.
Have you seen his little? I don't really know if it's called. I guess it's a show. It's Cold as Balls.
I have not. No, I didn't hear about that.
It's basically he interviews like sports people in an ice bath. Like they're both in an ice bath and he's just talking to them. Like he's interviewing them.
I mean, how far does his head come out of the water though?
It's like up to his.
He's just sitting there like.
Nah, it's like at his waist.
Okay.
Or like halfway up his torso, something like that. Like.
Yeah,
it's pretty good though. It's funny.
His last special was hilarious, and I loved it. Oh,
I believe it.
You should watch it soon. You laugh your ass.
Well, it depends on what the language is, because I have children in my house.
It's English.
Well,
you should have seen that one coming.
Should have. I should have. I didn't. I didn't. I should have.
I'd be like, "Hi, Shoshay."
Is it explicit content?
Oh, absolutely. It's Kevin Hart.
Okay.
It's not excessive.
So I can't.
It's not excessive explicit content.
I have.
Yeah. You'd probably.
I have children in my home, so I have to do it whenever they're not here.
Which is hard to do.
Which is impossible to do. Because we do this while they're not here, and I don't have time for anything else.
So I mean, you could put it on your phone, plug in your headset, and then do editing.
I could, but then I have to listen to the editing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Kind of hard to. That might come out as a really bad episode if I don't pay attention to the audio.
I know they'd be like, "Sorry, I'm listening to Kevin Hart. I'm not paying attention."
Right. I came to this realization during the week. Why do people feel that inching forward in an intersection makes the light turn green faster?
Do you mean like they don't just do a full stop and wait?
No, like even when they're at a full stop, you just see them like slowly inching forward. Like it doesn't make the light turn green faster, guys.
I do that, but I do that in a really funny way when I'm by myself. I will literally take my foot completely off the brake and just keep on doing this, or my car is just doing this forward. And people stare at me like, "What the hell?" I'm just saying, I'm like,
but like, I've seen so many people do it this week, and it's like it doesn't make the light turn green faster. And what's funny is the people that do that are always the slowest to take off when it finally does turn green.
I don't even a lot of the time if I get to a intersection, I go to such a slow roll into the intersection that like I'm basically like I want it so that by the time I hit that line, I never have to actually stop. Like the light will turn green by the time I hit that line because I'm going so slow. And people behind me hate me, but I'm like, you're going to be waiting anyways. And you use more gas to fully stop and fully go than to continuously just slowly roll up to it. Like, what are you waiting
I mean,
for?
The gas usage difference is really not that much.
No, but like it's still like I'm still doing something that's slightly better, and also it has no downfall. But people get pissy about it. People are just like, get moving. It's like, where? The light's red. Get moving so I can stop.
On the same subject of traffic, traffic circles are the best thing ever invented. Ever in traffic. Like as far as roads go. The best thing ever.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually said before, why don't we have more traffic circles? Because
don't we?
It's basically like almost nonstop, like flow of traffic. You're not stopping.
Yeah.
It's so smooth that you can go in and go out whenever you please.
Exactly. It's wonderful. I've hit so many traffic circles in the last couple months that I'm like, why are there not more of these things? They're amazing.
Now, my buddy Tony,
Tony.
Well, we call him Fiat because he really likes cars, so he's always doing car repairs. So we call him Fiat, which is fix it again, Tony. I love it. But
is that what the actual company is called that for?
No, I don't think so. But that would be fun.
Fix it again, Tony.
Fix it again, Tony. He
500. That's the 500th time that Tony had to refix that car before they released it.
But we have a group chat, and there's been a couple times he's posted like his EMT stuff. One time he posted a guy that got basically exploded by a semi truck when he tried to jump off a bridge. That was a good photo. Like I looked at that, I'm like, wow, that guy like.
Is that really a good photo?
It was a good photo. Yeah, I looked at, I'm like, wow, that's
it's pretty morbid, bro. If that's a good photo, that's pretty morbid of you.
I was in the Marine Corps. Yeah.
Yeah. Cleaning guns, apparently.
I don't know. I didn't clean guns. I didn't clean guns after boot camp in combat training. But there was one. It was people being really stupid in traffic circles, and it was horrible because they would sit there and like people would have so many opportunities to go in and then just sit there and wait. And I just see Tony being like, "Move! Why won't you move?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think the main reason is because there's a lot of incidences like traffic, like crashes and everything that happen in traffic circles because people just don't pay attention, so they don't watch for cars around the corner coming around.
They don't know what they don't understand what this weird like upside down triangle sign that says yield. They don't understand what those mean. They're just like, what? Is that a green light? Let's just go. I don't have to slow down for anybody.
I don't know.
That'd be stupid. Man. Why would I have to slow down for anyone? I should just be able to go wherever I want.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. Continue. Yeah.
God, that beard is red as hell, bro.
It's weird because my hair is so bleach blonde. Like my hair is golden, and then my facial hair is just like unwanted stepchild. Like I'm American from here up, and then I'm Irish from here down. And I'm just a piece of shit from the neck below.
Okay, so this was brought. I guess I reminded myself before we even started recording, like the beginning of the show. I had this little piece of skin on the end of my finger, on the edge of my finger, and I chewed it off. But have you ever got that where it goes back too far and you're like, oh man, that hurt?
I mean,
can you? Go on.
I was gonna say, I have such a bad habit of if I have a little thing wrong, I'll play with it until it's horrible. If I have a scratch, I'll play with the scab until it's a scar. If I have a little a cuticle hanging off of my fingernail, I'll pull it back until it bleeds. I just can't leave anything alone.
Right. I'm the same way. I always make my fingers bleed from that. But it made me think about if that little tiny bit hurts that bad, where you're like, oh my God, man. And you're sitting there that hurts. Really. Imagine being eaten alive.
Well, see, it's weird because a lot of the times, a lot of people say that they feel more pain from getting a bad paper cut than getting shot. Because of the fact that more pain, actually your body has a natural reaction of
more adrenaline, I guess.
More adrenaline. You feel less pain because more pain is happening and your body's in emergency. It's no. You don't want to know what's happening over here. But with a paper cut, it's just like it's so minute and it's so like focused that it feels horrible. Like this cardboard cut on my finger hurts worse than the fridge almost falling on me.
I still can't imagine being eaten alive would feel good though.
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't feel good. People like halfway through, be like, 9 out of 10. Like, I would recommend this to.
I would do this. I would do this again. I would totally do it again.
Are you free next Saturday? Because like I'm having a good time.
Like,
you want to come over?
I know some friends. I know some friends that might want it too. Like I would recommend it. Recommend you to them. Yeah. Let me send them a text real quick. Like, but then can you imagine like the mindset of someone who eats a human being?
No. I can't.
Like what? I can't imagine you'd look at someone and be like, I would literally, I would not mind like eating the skin off your arm. Like,
I feel like a lot of people feel that way about
your meat must taste delicious. Like,
oh no, there's been a couple. I'm not going to say that because people are going to be like, yeah, he's definitely good. I'll be like, there's a lot of guys I've looked at like on movies and been like, you like if someone had to eat you, you would probably be like the best meal for them. I activated Google and Google said I heard a lot of guys. I've heard a lot of guys I've looked at on movies and B other things you can try.
What? Okay, well that was a weird thing to translate, but whatever.
Thank you. Dang,
I just lost my train of thought too. God dang.
You're talking about the mindset of like someone eating a person.
No, I was moving on from that. Okay, so no, it goes off your gay comment. Do you ever have like the thought of like hoping this gets big enough that when people Google your name, like it has like auto searches?
I fear the auto searches that will come up for me.
Like, is Jacob Cavalier sexist? Is Jacob Cavalier hate
pregnant people? Is Jacob Cavalier sexist? Is Jacob Cavalier gay?
Yeah, like, but I honestly wouldn't mind seeing that, like any of that pop up as an autofill because you're making it at that point, right?
Yeah. Like people have looked you up.
That people are searching you that much, so just keep on going. Like, let's just keep this going.
Yeah, start rumors about it.
We can't get that big without you guys.
Yeah, start rumors about it. Start saying.
We need you. Share it with those who listen and love and enjoy. Share it with your friends. Tell them to share it with their friends. Let's just keep moving. We actually hit another continent.
We did, yes.
And that made me super happy. Which I mean, I know they're your friends, but still.
Well, no, they weren't my friends. They were friends of my friends of my friends.
Oh, even better.
So like they're like very little relation to us. And my friends directly aren't the ones that got them into it. So that means that it's still virtually like almost random people that just happen to have known about it because they've talked to me before. So yeah, 2 different countries.
That's cool though. Like
2 different countries in Europe. Because there was 2. Because there were 2. Yeah,
that's awesome. Like
countries.
Yeah. Yeah, and we are in. I've looked it up. We are in Wisconsin, Texas, Colorado, California, the Carolinas, Florida, Ohio, and there was another one I can't remember though. But I like that we're, and obviously Oklahoma, but let everyone know about us. Like, if you like it, share it with your friends. If they like it, tell them to share it with their friends. Let's spiderweb this thing out so big that we get out there. We get I want to hit 1,000, at least 1,000 downloads by the end of March.
And wow, okay, I was going to be like the end of the year, 1,000.
No, by the end of March. I want to hit 10,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's already. That gives us like a month. It's a month.
2 months. By the end of March.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We are not in February yet, so we have all of February, all of March to get 700 more downloads almost.
Yeah. I mean, also, if you guys can put down below either on in the YouTube comments, in Instagram, or on Twitter, I want to know like the craziest fact about your state.
Yes, please let us know.
I want to know like what you want other people to know your state by, like something that you hear of that you don't think happens in other states.
And
like Florida Man, for example.
Yeah. And also, this even going further than that, if you would like to be a guest on the show, send us an email, absurditee325@gmail.com.
Robert's going to blow up my phone.
Robert is probably. But we would like to start having some guests. We do the show Fridays usually between 10:30 and 2. So if you're available in those times and you'd like to be a guest on the show, then just drop us an email and we will get back to you and we will see what we can do with that, because I would like to get a guest on the show.
Yeah, we'll make you sign the contract and, give us the visitor's fee, and it's fun.
Yeah, and you'll have to take a blood oath to not mention what happens between segments.
It gets complex if you have children, especially sons. It starts to get complex, but we'll get into that we'll
get into it as soon as you send the email and we get back to you. But yes, so far that's our show. We got it. We did it all. Everything we needed to do. He's zooming in right now. He's doing it. I can see it. It's unsettling, but there it is. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just search Absurditee Podcast. We'll be the first ones that pop up. The only ones that pop. Well, not the only ones that pop up. We'll be the first to pop up. And make sure you interact with us as much as you can. We love it. We love hearing from you guys. He's still zoomed in. I don't like it. And we will see y'all next week. And have a good one.
Until next time.
Toodaloo.
Toodles.